Welcome into our Friday edition of Morning Moments with Jesus Devotion Time. Thank you for joining us today. Wednesday night we were talking about making disciples. One of the commands of Christ is for us to go out and be able to make disciples. One of the verses we used in that Bible study was 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse number 2. And as I woke up this morning, kind of had the word steward on my mind and wanted to just kind of wrap a devotion around that thought process. So I got before the Lord, spent a little time with Him. And 1 Corinthians chapter 4 verse number 2 says this: "Moreover, it is required in stewards that a man be found faithful." Now there's a simple truth tucked in this small little verse that I want to try to bring out this morning, and it could reshape the way we view our lives. Because here's the truth of the matter: God is not looking for flashy. He's looking for faithfulness. Let's start with the word steward here. In biblical times, we know that a steward wasn't the owner of anything, but he was entrusted with everything. A steward managed the affairs, the resources, a household of someone else. Usually, it probably was a wealthy landowner or a ruler. But here's the thing: he had access to it all, but he also had to answer for what he did with it. So when Paul says it is required in stewards that a man be found faithful, he's reminding us that we are stewards of all that God has given us. Our time, our talents, our voices, our influence that we have in life, and even the opportunities and the divine appointments that come in and out of our lives. We're stewards of all of those. None of it really truly belongs to us. It's all kind of on loan from heaven. And one day, we'll have to give an account for what we did with what we were given. See, some people think that this verse means that we are only good stewards of the gospel of Jesus Christ and what we do with His word and sharing it with other people. And that's a biblical truth, not denying that at all. But it's so much more than that. And that might sound a little like a heavy weight at first this morning. But what it is, it's actually a blessing. Because God never asked us to be famous. He just asked us to be faithful. So we live in a world where influence is measured by how many followers you have. Success is measured in dollars and maybe even clicks. But God sees success far differently than that. He sees the heart that keeps showing up even when it feels weary. He sees the one who says yes to Him even when they feel unqualified. Maybe that's you this morning. He sees the steward who's simply doing the best with what he's been given. That's faithfulness. So maybe you've said things like, "I could never do that." Maybe you've said, "I'm not as talented as someone else. I don't have anything to offer the Lord." That's a lie. Here's the truth. God didn't make a mistake when He made you. The very gifts you carry, the ideas that stir in your heart, the compassion you feel for certain people, those aren't accidents. They're callings. They're gifts. They're seeds that heaven has planted inside of you for a purpose. See, I love to write. I love to write stories. I love to write poems. I love to write songs. I just heard one a couple of weeks ago. There's something about taking God's word and wrapping it into words and helping touch people's hearts with it. I love to preach. I love to teach. I love doing these devotions. Now, here's the thing. I don't need a platform or a grand stage to do that. I just need to keep writing. I just need to keep speaking. I just need to keep sowing. Keep stewarding what He has placed in my hands and in my heart. And you need to do the same thing. Because in the end, I don't need to be known around the world. I just need to be known in heaven. Please understand that there's beauty in the small things. The handwritten note of encouragement to someone. Maybe the whispered prayer for a friend. A short story that lifts someone's spirit. A song that plays quietly in the background but may speak loudly to someone's heart. These are not throwaway moments at all. These are kingdom moments. In heaven, they keep track of it all. If you've been hiding behind excuses or waiting for the right time to step into what God has placed in your heart, let today be that day. Let today be the day you stop hiding in the shadows and step into your gifts. Just take one small step. Write the first sentence, sing the first note, share your testimony, or visit a neighbor. Start somewhere. Start where you are with what you have and watch what God does with it. So you don't have to feel ready. You just need to be willing. Remember that Jesus said in Luke chapter 16 and verse number 10, "He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much." See, when you're faithful with little things, then God knows He can trust you with more, and He'll give you more. But you got to start somewhere. Being a steward isn't about being perfect. It's not even about having all the answers. It's just about faithfulness and obedience. And that's something all of us can choose every single day. So don't despise your gift, however small you may think it is. Don't hold it back because it doesn't look like somebody else's. Don't waste time comparing, competing, or second guessing. Be a steward. Be faithful. And be known in heaven as someone who stepped out and said, "I may or may not have much to give, but what I have, I will give it with all that I've got." Because when it's all said and done, it won't matter how many people knew your name, but how many lives were touched because you faithfully used the gift that you were given. And one day, maybe just one day, I pray that you will hear the sweetest words of all. "Well done, thou good and faithful servant." Today you be safe, you be strong, and you be blessed. Have a great weekend. And Lord's will, we'll see you back here again on Monday. Until then, as always, I sure hope you have a great day.